Good morning, good morning. We're continuing on Saturday morning, Meadow Stage. Well, our next artist, if you've been to Shakori or any of the other GrassRoots Fest, you certainly have seen him. You may have seen him with Donna the Buffalo or the Horseflies or Bubba George. Or you may have seen one of his solo acts too. He's a great singer-songwriter, banjoist, guitarist, and he had a breakdown on the way here, so who knows how many things he'll fix today. If you haven't had your morning cup of Joe, no worries. Have your morning cup of Richie Stearns.
Might need a little bit of sugar in that cup. All right. See how these instruments hold up in this nice sunshine. They're used to something different right now. There's any stage towel, little stage towels? Can you grab me one? All right. Yeah, I was supposed to be here yesterday. We got real smart and left at 10 o'clock at night to come down here. Figured if we go through Washington, D.C., it's a good time to go through there at 4 in the morning because there's no traffic. There still was traffic. It wasn't too bad, but it's not a good time to go through D.C. if you're going to break down. Definitely. That made it a little more difficult. But thank you. Yeah, we were driving this old, pretty crappy, nice Volvo, and I don't know what we hit in the road, something that kind of flew up and smashed through the radiator and took it right out. We rolled along about another 2 miles looking for a place to pull over. There was all this construction going on. And luckily, me and my 2 kids, we just pulled over right next to one of those big yellow arrows that points to the left to go around, you know, in the construction. We got behind that, and it was like, if they hit us here, it's not going to be our fault. So we sat there and got started trying to figure out how to call a tow truck from the side of the road on the Washington Beltway. It's like, what do I do? Like, Siri, call me a truck, you know? And I'm like, well, where are we, you know? But we figured it out, and we got a super nice guy towed us, and we fit all 3 of us in his cap. And then we were looking on the website, trying to figure out where to have the car towed to, you know. And we found this mechanic that was maybe 2 miles away, and it said gender-neutral bathrooms. And we were like, all right, let's go to that one, you know. It was pretty funny. So that was the only criteria we used to pick out a place to get our car fixed. And we went there, so we got there about 5 o'clock in the morning, and we were just sitting there in the parking lot, sleeping in the car, and until 7 when they got there. And the guy was super nice. He showed up, this mechanic, and said, you know, we're going to have to find you a new radiator. There's no way you can fix this radiator. And it's an old car. It's like a 96 Volvo, you know. And he started looking around, and we were there for like 12 hours. And he finally found one and had it delivered and put it in and sent us on our way at about right in the middle of rush hour on Friday to come on down here. And hey, it's so good to see you. Anyway, let's see. Going up on a mountain, there I'll take my stand. Going up on a mountain, there I'll take my stand. With a pistol in my pocket and a rifle in my hand, I've been all around the world. Mama and Papa, little sister make three. Mama and Papa, little sister make three. They come to see me hanging from the gallows tree. I've been all around the world. Hang me, oh hang me, now I'll be dead and gone. Hang me, oh hang me, now I'll be dead and gone. It's not the hanging that I mind, it's laying in the jail so long. I've been all around. I've been all around the world. Lulu, oh Lulu, come and open up your doors. Lulu, oh Lulu, come open up your doors. Well, if you do not open it, I can't come back no more. I've been all around the world. Hang me, oh hang me, and I'll be dead and gone. Hang me, oh hang me, and I'll be dead and gone. It's not the hanging that I mind, it's laying in the jail so long. I've been all around. Been all around the world. I'm working on that new railroad, mud up to my knees. Working on that new railroad, mud up to my knees. I work for Big John Henry, he's so hard to please. I've been all around the world. I'm going up on a mountain, there I'll take my stand. Going up on a mountain, there I'll take my stand. It's not the hanging that I mind, it's being in the jail so long. I've been all around, been all around the world. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, you like those? So it's all that trying to breathe in between cigarettes thing. I thought the breathy voice thing was sexy. I don't know. That's kind of dead now. Jeez. got a good idea. Let me grab this other instrument. Try out this little guitar. We came down here with my son, Cole, and my daughter, Ukiah. And Cole asked me to remember a song that I wrote when he was born, which was a long time ago. That was like 30 years ago? 30? Cole was a super little guy. He came out way too early, and we spent a lot of time in the hospital down in Orlando, Florida, at the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Women and Children, where they specialize in premature babies and stuff. And so we were real lucky to be in a place that was designed for that kind of a situation. And we were there for about a month before he was born. But his last month in utero was pretty troubling and troublesome for. We didn't really know how it was all gonna play out, you know. And it worked out great. But I wrote a little song. It was kind of more like a little prayer at the time. And I'll try to sing it without crying. Or with crying, whatever. But it's not one I do very often. It doesn't have a chorus or anything much. It's just a little ditty. But we were singing it in the car when we broke down. I was trying to, or maybe it was at the gas station there where we were getting fixed. But anyway.
Mr. Lanny walks the hall, looking for an empty room. Guess there are none today, and we'll sleep in the waiting room. And I wanna go home with you. I wanna fly like a bird. When Cole is ready to go, we'll fly home. Tom the baker's going home, won't be coming back no more. His baby's gone away, there's nothing to stay here for. And I wanna go home with you, I wanna fly like a bird. When Cole is ready to go, we'll go home to Mecklenburg. Tom the baker's going home, he won't be coming back no more. His baby's gone away, there's nothing to stay here for. I wanna go home with you, I wanna fly like a bird. Fly like a bird. fly like a bird. Fly like a bird.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Didn't really plan exactly what I was gonna do. There's a fellow that worked here some years ago when the festival was first starting out. He came down here and lived and took care of all the grounds and built these really cool metal sculptures that were hanging from all the trees. There might still be some around. His name was Timmy Brown. He was an awesome guy, a great songwriter that lived in Ithaca, where I grew up. And when I was a kid, he played in a band called the Correct Tone String Band. And it was very influential for me and Jeb and Jordan and Ward, all of the Puryear brothers that you've seen around here for a long, long time. Timmy was like the godfather of our souls. You know, he was like, even though we were kids and running around like little rats, he was like, took us under his wing and, you know, showed us how to have fun playing music on the stage and stuff like that. And that was at a time when, you know, things were a lot freer and we were all hitchhiking around as kids and going to people's houses and stuff just to play music and hang out for a few days. So anyway, Timmy passed away, I don't know, a long time ago now almost. It seems like 15 or 20 years ago maybe. Not quite 20, but anyway, he wrote a bunch of cool songs, and only a couple of them do I actually know all the words to, because there's so many words and there's kind of crazy stories. But I'll try to do one of them for you. It's called The Fightin Man. He wrote it about Jesse James. You like that one? Timmy Brown.
Jesse James, everybody knows your name. You had a score to settle, so you robbed the trains. You took the younger brothers down the bloody road to fame. But you know everybody loves a fighting man. Shooting bullet holes in shiny railroad cars. Oh, you're ducking bounty hunters with your only roof the stars. Do you dream of seeing summer through a tiny room of bars? You know everybody loves a fighting man. Fighting with your neighbors, you're running with your friends, you're sleeping with a loaded 44 pistol in your hand. Your beans are cold and lumpy, 'cause you eat them from a can. But you know everybody loves a fighting man. Jumping at the shadows, you're jumping at the sound. You know that heroes end up prematurely in the ground, and your horse is always saddled, 'cause you're always highway bound. But you know everybody loves a fighting man. You heard the bank was easy, so you loaded up your guns. Now there's 3 fresh mounds on Boot Hill, drying in the sun, because blood was your deposit. Withdrawals you could find none. You know everybody loves you, fighting man. Flying like an eagle, you're crazy like a fox. You got 1 foot on the highway, you got 1 foot in the box. But your back was turned to Bob Ford, he had his pistols cocked. Will they come to see you buried, fighting man? A cowboy's life is harder than the saddle he calls home, and the path is cold and lonely, full of bullets, death and stone. And he knows if he stops running, the sun will bleach his bones. Will they come to see you buried? And everybody loves you. Everybody loves a fighting man. Jesse James, everybody knows your name. You had a score to settle, so you robbed the train. You took the younger brothers down the bloody road to fame. But you know everybody loves you. Everybody loves. everybody loves you, Fightin Man. You know everybody loves the Fightin Man. You know everybody loves the Fightin Man.
Thank you. Let's do that. My voice is just waking up. Highland.
All your daylight, I dig in darkness. You feel the wind while I break the stones. In the blackness, far below you, my blood runs through veins of coal. Veins of coal, veins of coal. My blood runs through veins of coal. The shaft of daylight collapsed behind us. Sirens scream up the valley, families moan. In the blackness, my breath is fading in an ocean of frozen stone. Frozen stone, frozen stone. In an ocean of frozen stone. Do you hear a canary in a cage, in a cave underground? Is she crying or is she singing? In a cage underground. I can see you move my body, not connected to my soul. I am floating right beside you. Though you touch me, I am alone. I'm alone, I'm alone. Though you touch me, I am alone. Carry me high to the mountains. Pray the good Lord takes my soul. Do not place me beneath the surface. I have been there for far too long. Far too long, far too long. I have been there far too long. Let the winds blow through my rib cage. Let the sunshine bleach my skull. Someday my tears reach the ocean, and my bones will turn into coal. Turn to coal, turn to coal. My bones will turn to coal.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Well, this is pretty fun. I'm having a good time. Thank you for making me feel so welcome and comfortable up here. I feel loved. I feel loved. I think that's the secret. It's a bummer. Did you say bummer?
I said Donna Summer.
Oh, Donna Summer. I thought you said bummer. I'm like, damn, that guy's jaded. No, this is an amazing community that's been formed around the last 20 or 30 years of, we started out just trying to have a good time and play some music and raise some money for some good causes like fighting AIDS when AIDS first came out. That's how we started this whole GrassRoots thing. We were trying to raise money to, help people that were suffering, that weren't getting the attention they needed by their community, And we did pretty good the first year with that, and so we decided to do it outside with multiple bands and a few stages, and it rained like hell. And it didn't stop us from wanting to do it, but it... None of this could have happened without people getting involved and working really hard with really good positive vibes to pull this together in the way that it is. It's a community, and seems like that is the most important thing.
cannot see. I hold your hand from the other side, the circle is complete. You will go where I've gone, and I'll wait patiently. I am with you always, we will always be. Sun and rain, the winds will always be the same. And the way that I feel all about you will never change. The sun will rise, the rain will fall, and the winds will blow. And though your image might fade around the edges, our love will always grow. I am with you always, though you cannot see. I hold your hand from the other side, this circle is complete. You will go where I've gone, and I'll wait patiently. I am with you always, we will always be. Sun and rain, winds will always be the same. The way that I feel all about you will never change. The sun will rise, the rain will fall, and the winds will blow. And though your image might fade around the edges, our love will always grow. 'Cause I am with you always, though you cannot see. I hold your hand from the other side, this circle is complete. You will go where I have gone, and I'll wait patiently. I am with you always, we will always be. Thanks. I love how there's no clock up here. This is great. What's that? 25 minutes. Wow, that's a long time. That's like 2 songs, 25 minutes.
Okay, so I know you know this, everybody knows this, but it's starting to get colder up north and the leaves are turning and stuff. And some people who don't like the winter so much start dreaming about how the hell to get out of town. And some people who don't have much money or a job or anything start dreaming about how to get out of town in their old crappy car. And some people start dreaming about that and then getting their friends to work on their cars for them so they can get out of town. I'm not specifically looking at you for any reason. I'm really not. And some kids that are fixing people's cars that are trying to get out of town learn how to fix cars because they're getting bribed by their old man. Yes, my kid is playing tomorrow. That's very kind for you to remind me of that, because I should tell the people that. Right, that's true. My son Cole that I was singing about earlier, this is our first time we've ever come to a festival in 2 different bands. And it was really funny. We got here last night to check in, and I said, yeah, hi, I'm Richie Stearns. I'm performing tomorrow. And she's like, I don't see your name here. How do you spell that? You know, like Stearns. Oh, okay. No, nothing. I got my little wristband anyway. But then, you know, it took like 20 minutes, and it was no big deal. I was just so freaking happy to be here. And she was very kind and thoughtful. And then Cole walks up and says, I'm Cole Stearns, I'm in heavy bone. And she goes, oh yeah, here's your stuff. Like, it was so great. It was like a really wonderful moment. So, yeah, my son Cole is in a group with a bunch of fine young people from Ithaca called Heavy Bone. They're going to play some Zydeco for you tomorrow. Cole plays the rub board, and he designs their logos and their bumper stickers and their hats and their shirts and sweaters, and it's really cool. It makes me very happy. Anyway, back to my story about going south in the winter. It is not about my dear friend Space, the final frontier. It's about my friend Jeb's dad, Joe Puryear, who used to bribe us to fix his car with, you know, bitters and beer and stuff like that, pizza. And we did. We learned how to fix his car so he could go to Texas in the winter. And because he hated the cold and he hated the winter and he hated Christmas and he didn't like Thanksgiving so much, but he was a super great guy. He taught me how to be sarcastic. And he was also like a super loving dad for me. In fact, he took us to our first fiddle festival down in North Carolina here at Union Grove in 1971 when we were little kids. And that's how I got into this whole mess, was going to Union Grove and seeing George Pegram play the banjo standing on top of his truck. I recently found a video on YouTube of George Pegram playing at Union Grove in 1971. It's crazy, because, I mean, there was this guy that I'd seen when I was 11, you know, and he was like standing on the on the roof of his Ford pickup truck playing the banjo and singing Sally Ann and playing the hell out of it. And he was so drunk, he was like just about to fall, you know, and just pounding away. And everybody was loving it. And sure enough, he freaking fell, and he bounced off the hood of his pickup truck and landed on the ground with his banjo, but he didn't let the banjo hit the ground. He hit it pretty hard. But he just stood up and brushed himself off and got back up on top of the truck and started playing Sally Ann right where he had left it off. I was like, that's what I want to do when I grow up. And by God, I've done it. So. Anyway, back to Joe would go to Texas every year, and we would stay up there and go to school and all that. And then when we finally were smart enough to drop out of school at the age of, well, I was 14, Jeb was 8. You know Jeb, right? The fiddling fetus is what we used to call him, because he was so little and he played the hell out of the fiddle. The fiddling fetus. It was his dad. Anyway, his dad Joe took us to Texas with him a couple of years in a row once we were smart enough to drop out of school. And he got us a job working at this term paper agency with him, researching term papers he was writing for students. And you know, you'd pay $100 and get an A, or you could pay $75 and get a B. And I was in charge of the C papers, right? So I had to do research on like space aliens coming down and get all my facts straight, which is very difficult with that subject, I'll tell you. And then Joe would type them up, and he'd get paid for the term papers, and we'd go buy beer, and we'd go over to Hector's Taco Flats and eat tacos and drink beer and play pool down in Austin. And Austin was a great place to be in 1975, you know. A lot of really great music going on, and we played music on the street for whatever tips we could get. Sometimes we'd get like a bag of pot. One time we got like a paper bag full of peyote buttons. That was an interesting experiment. But anyway, Joe would take us to Texas sometimes then, and so one of the first songs I ever wrote was for him. It's this little waltz called Texas, or Cold, Cold Ground, or something.
You can tell when the winter is coming again. When the clouds roll in on the cold north wind. My heart that is listening for that lonesome call. Tells me it's Texas I miss most of all. I'm tired of standing on this cold, cold ground in the Lone Star State where I'll soon be found. He stares out the window at his old busted car. He swears it will make it, though he don't know how far. And he sips on his whiskey and he mumbles on. As he dreams of the streams down below Arkansas. I'm tired of standing on this cold, cold ground in the Lone Star State is where I'll soon be found. summer is over. Tell me, where has it gone? The fall's nearly finished. There's leaves on the lawn. And Christmas is coming, which I hate most of all. Thanksgiving is freezing, my back's to the wall. I'm tired of standing on this cold, cold ground. In the Lone Star State is where I'll soon be found. I'm tired of standing on this cold, cold ground. In the Lone Star State is where I'll soon be found. In the Lone Star State is where I'll soon be found. Thank you. Thanks so much. What's that? Oh, one more. Okay. No, that's okay. See, uh-oh, there came the hook. That's okay. I don't mind at all. I'm just gonna keep playing somewhere else. Off to the next gig, New Jersey by 5 o'clock. Let's see. All right, I'll do one more song for you. Excellent. I'll tell myself that. I'm doing a banjo workshop at 4 o'clock. Remind me, would you please? That's what that was the reminder, I think. Thank you so much for listening on this beautiful Saturday morning. I think it's Saturday. I'm Richie Stearns. I didn't bring any product. I forgot my amp, so whatever. I got the banjo with me, and my beautiful son Cole, who will be down there with Heavy Bone. See you on the dance floor. Summer sky, I would go falling through the hot summer sky, with ribbons and bows tied to my hands and my feet, with ribbons and bows tied to my hands and my feet. I'd gaze across the world, and I would feel complete. I'd gaze across the world. And I would feel complete. All of my friends would be with me one last time. All of my friends would be with me one last time. Eating and drinking, we would feel so fine. Eating and drinking, we would feel so fine. If I could choose the way that I was to die, if I had to choose my way, I was to die. Well, I would go falling through this hot summer sky. I would go falling through the hot summer sky. With ribbons and bows tied to my hands and my feet. Ribbons and bows tied to my hands and my feet. I'd gaze across the world and I would feel complete. I'd gaze across the world and I would feel complete. Thank you all so much for listening. Appreciate it. Happy Shakori.
Thank you, Richie Stearns. His Banjo Workshop at 4 o'clock. Make sure you remind him if you walk past him today. It's at the front porch up on the hill, just past the food court. While the stage crew and the sound crew are getting ready for our next artist, I'd like to invite you to consider Giving your business to our supporters. This festival is not possible without our generous supporters. Our program is printed and our other printing needs are provided by Barefoot Press. They've been doing eco-friendly publication since before green printing was in style. So go to them for your recycled paper and soy ink printing needs. And we have two other sponsors who provide news for you online in the Triad City area. One is Triad City Beat, and the other is Yes Weekly. They provide news for Greensboro, High Point, and Winston-Salem area. You can find them online.